Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. And are you having a great day? Good. Okay, who's first one up? Carrie, you're numero uno today. Nice to have you on with us. Rosa and Colette. Bonjour. Rosalinda from Niagara Falls. We appreciate you. Holly from Kansas. I bet you it's warmer there than it is here. Dave, good morning. John, and in Elgin, Illinois, Andrea, Frida, Sandra, Nick from our staff, Sue, good morning, and Denise, hello. Etta, good morning. And we appreciate you guys. Suzanne et Danielle, bonjour. Fran, Orangeville, Brahim, Portland, Oregon. Good morning, Brahim. Diane. And who did I miss? Jeanette from our staff. Georgie. I missed somebody back there. I gotta go. Who was it? Oh, Keith, good morning. Carla, Julie, Louise, de Sudbury, right from our hometown here. Mary, good morning. Micheline, always appreciated. Chantal, Ottawa, Karen, and Jeanette, and Debbie from Sturgeon Falls, snowy Sturgeon Falls. Carla, Lori, good morning. Good morning. Yolande, bonjour. Giselle, and Peggy, Mary, and Sandra, Brampton, Derek, Windsor, Dubraca, and Kevin, Oshawa. No, Kevin, not Go Leafs Go. Milita, how are you? Marilyn, Len and Judy, Edmonton, Alberta. Saudi, good morning. Ines and Brenda from Campbell River, British Columbia. Babika, good morning. Bill and Rita. Okay, couple more and let's get going. IT, Unionville. And Donna, good morning. Park Hill. Diane. Kevin's laughing at me because I don't like the Leafs. Evangeline, good morning. Pat. And another Donna. Maria, Oshawa. And Renee, good morning. Newfoundland. Good morning, Newfoundland. Christine. Bonjour. Jeanette. Hearst. Beautiful sunny day, she says, in Hearst. Roma, Teresa, and Linda. Okay, one more. Diane from Ottawa, good morning. And we appreciate you guys. I'm going to talk to you this morning about a wonderful trinity of supplements. Okay, you gotta hear this study first, though, okay, because this is it groundbreaking? It is not for me, but for the world it should be. And again, I tell you, I'm not saying they're going to get swept under the carpet, but this was pretty significant finding. You know, it would be a blow your socks off morning. For us, all of us watching here today, it doesn't surprise us, right? But for the world out there, I bet you they're not going to hear too much about it. Okay, so let me talk about what came out in the Frontiers in Aging study done on the trio to keep you away from cancer. This trio is amazing. Now, if you had to guess that trio, okay, so they're saying in the Frontiers of Aging that if you do these three things, especially as you get older, you are going to decrease your risk of cancer by 60%. 60%, guys, okay? Now, what do you think they were talking about? What do you think they were talking about? I'm going to wait here. You guys can look, give me your guesses. What do you think the three things they were talking about as you get older, okay? Actually implement it right away. But as you get older, they're saying in this study that this trifecta is going to be a huge bonus to keeping you away from cancer. Andrea, you're right, vitamin D. Carol, you got it. Did you read the study, Carol? She got it. Vitamin D, DHA, and Teresa's saying food. Well, you know what I think about this. And Brahita is saying sleep. I like that. You guys are thinking. Natalie and Jerry. Okay, what do you guys think? Okay, vitamin D, vitamin C, coffee, you mean, Kathy? Omega-3. You guys, again, I'm telling you, we got the smartest group here. Guys, I'm telling you, and Ann says exercise, vitamin D, DHA, and B12 from Dave. Very good. B13 from Lucy. Did you mean B12, Lucy, or B13? Rosa, no sugar. Absolutely. Sue, vitamin D. Give up sugar, Renee says. You guys are right. It's all of the above. But this study is very specific. Sherry says vitamin D, DHA, and B12. Sherry. You guys are good. Yeah, Lucy's saying, yeah, B12. Yeah, I knew that. Candace, B12. Linda, vitamin D, no sugar. You guys are fantastic. Jose, less stress, and that would be good too. That would be good too. Carrie, vitamin D, DHA, probiotic. Love it. Okay. Milika, vitamin D in coffee and B12. Yeah, okay. Okay, but let me give you the answer because right away, I can't even remember who gave me the right answer, all three. Right away. Okay, and I was asking if she read the study. And if you did, where did you find it? Because I saw it, but like I said, mainstream media, not so much. But so far, I haven't seen it. Now, here's what they said, okay? In the annals of Frontiers in Aging, they reported a study on this trifecta, this wonderful trinity. And they said, as we get older, if you take high doses of vitamin D, and for them, high doses, and for us, two different things, we'll talk about that. Vitamin D, omega-3, which you and I know already, especially DHA, and we'll talk about that, and exercise. Here's what they're saying about exercise. Home strength exercise. Wow. Strength. Strong muscles, strong bones. Strong muscles, strong brain. Strong muscles, anti-aging. Strong muscles, better immune system. Yep. Remember what I've always told you. All movement is good. All exercise. Go for a walk. Fabulous. I love it. It's very good for you. I love walking. But the best exercise is strength, muscles. But this study is saying, if you have this trifecta, and they did an exhaustive study on it, people that were taking vitamin D at a high dose, it's not that high, but to them it was a high dose. High dose vitamin D, omega-3, and the best omega-3 is DHA, and we'll talk about that again in a second, and strengthening exercises. You put that together, they said, and you will lower your risk of cancer, especially as you get older, by 60%. Now, I'll tell you, folks, I'll tell you something. Who and where would they ever guarantee that kind of number? I think about it. 60% decrease in your risk of cancer? That's higher than stop smoking. So isn't that, it's what we have been talking about together here for a long time. Viderma, vitamin D, it would win a Nobel Prize if you could patent the sun. And 10, 20 minutes in the sun, guys, you get 10,000 international units. And when they're saying high vitamin D every day, they're not even talking near that. They're talking in high doses being in the 4,000, 5,000 IUs. And specifically, I've always said this, there's a sweet spot for vitamin D, okay? You like that term, sweet spot? Sweet spot for exercise, a sweet spot for vitamin D that I look for. When I look at your blood work, if you can get your vitamin D levels checked, there's a sweet spot that I love. In the United States, I like it between 60 and above. Okay? The way they measure it in the United States, it's 60 and above. Okay? That's what I like. In 60 and above. And I've always said, for cancer, that is absolutely essential. Now, we'll probably have time here this morning to go into another study of vitamin D. That just came out. Another one. A good one. But every day, it seems, there's something about vitamin D. Something positive. Rarely ever negative. Remember the fake news? Canada's former health minister? That's fake news, vitamin D. Yeah. Well, if the pharmaceuticals could patent it, it would be the #1 selling drug, I guarantee it. But they can't patent, and they never will be able to patent vitamin D. So there's no money in it. If there's no money in it, well, good luck. And that's why it don't get the ink it should, but it really should. And I'm doubling down, guys. I'm doubling down. If you get a chance, go back and listen to the podcast, came out a couple of weeks ago, on Linus Pauling. I'm doubling down on what I said. He only missed because he was talking about vitamin C. And I like vitamin C, by the way. Coffee. The other vitamin C, look, I'm not against it, okay? So don't tell everybody Dr. Martin doesn't like ascorbic acid. No, I like it. I just don't find it to be in the top echelon. It's not part of the trifecta we're talking about today. Now, vitamin C is good. Coffee's better. I've always said that to you, and I mean it. I'm doubling down. Now, vitamin C for cancer treatment in intravenous amounts. I like that. If you can get an intravenous vitamin C in, I agree with that. I think they should be using that much more, especially in the hospitals. When you have an acute infection, and you know what, it would be nice, and I mean this, I wish that even with chemotherapy, they would, give you your chemotherapy if they're going to give it to you, and then give you intravenous vitamin C. I like that. Taking vitamin C as a supplement, I never put it alone. Never. Never have and never will. I use the acerola cherry in with pine bark. I like, because then it makes it much more bioavailable. That's the problem with vitamin C. The other vitamin C, ascorbic acid. Okay, so some of you put that as an answer. I'm not against that at all, at all, at all. But what vitamin D does consistently, every cell in your body has an antenna looking for vitamin D. You're a human solar panel. Just like you would plug in an electric car, you ought to plug in your body. And you plug it in when you can go out in the sun. You plug it in. You are recharging. Viderma is the best way. Viderma, sun on the skin, is the best way to get vitamin D. But I'm going to tell you something. The vast majority of people who don't live in Florida, where they get about on an average of 322 days or something of sun, and if we do it like today, it's sunny in Sudbury. Okay, today is very sunny. It's nice. It's freezing cold. Okay? So you're not going to go out skinny dipping today. Unless you're crazy. Like, it's cold. It snowed. We didn't get the memo. In Northern Ontario, we didn't get the memo on climate change. Like, it's Northern Ontario. You know? I always say climate change will be true when we start growing palm trees up here. Okay? See? Okay, so guess what? I took my vitamin D this morning in a supplement with vitamin K2. Ooh. Okay? The best way to get vitamin D is from the sun. The second best way is to get it from a supplement. Now, you can eat vitamin D if you live in the animal kingdom. This is why, like, there was a thing that came out last night. I just got to talk about it for a minute because it gave me a migraine. There was some report out and somebody put it up. I like that because it gets people talking on our private Facebook group. And I can't remember who put it out there, but somebody said, oh, there's 10 or 12,000 doctors in the USA that signed a petition to get rid of cheese because cheese causes cancer. Now, I get a splitting migraine headache when I hear stuff like that. But guys, I just want to warn you ahead of time. And I've been warning you about this for a long time. There's an agenda out there. There is an agenda. You better be ready for it. There is an agenda to get rid of animal products. Okay? An agenda. So just be ready for that. Be ready for that. And when they tell you not to eat cheese, they don't know what they're talking about. Cheese. One of the best foods you can eat. It's a perfect combination of calcium and vitamin K2. God put the two together so that the calcium you're eating is going to go where it belongs. In your bones and in your teeth. Not in your bloodstream. It's a perfect combination of protein and fat. And almost zero carbs. Why wouldn't you eat something like that? That's so nutritious. So nutrient dense. Okay? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. But they're going to vilify the animal kingdom. It's an agenda. Get rid of animal products. And they hide behind, so-called science. Craziness, guys. It's craziness. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Okay? Now, let's get back to this trifecta. Okay? So they even mention it here in the study. Why vitamin D, why omega-3, and why exercise, strengthening exercises. Okay? They say why. Now, okay? Now, we all know about vitamin D, but I don't mind repeating it. We talked about you being a human solar panel. Absolutely. But what does that have to do with cancer? Okay? Well, you have a specific type of cells, white blood cells in your body that are called T cells. Okay? Macrophages. And white blood cells. They have a special antenna to supercharge them. Your Navy SEALs of your immune system to go after bacteria, viruses, and cancer cells. You got natural killer cells in your body, NK cells. It's part of your immune system. Oh, I get so... when they don't talk about the immune system. You got an immune system. Now charge it. Supercharge it. Vitamin D supercharges your immune system. The sun. They made the sun the boogeyman. When I'm in Florida, I watch people, even on the beach, they lather themselves up with sunscreen. Ugh! I feel like running over. Would you stop putting cancer on your skin? If you add heat, the sun, to that chemical concoction you're putting on your skin, you're asking for trouble. Ooh. I know, I'm getting excited again. Vitamin D is essential. The second you put sunscreen on, you've stopped it. You need the UVB. You know why? Because UVB is what gives you the vitamin D. You get sunscreen on, you're going to get the UVA, the bad radiation from the sun. Your body knows what to do, guys. I don't like sunscreen. I don't. Cover up. The best sunscreen is cover up. When you've got 20, 30 minutes until your body, and I'll give you some important, what I've seen over the years, and a lot of people give testimony to it. when they clean up their diet and get off the sugar and the crappy carbs, boy, they can go in the sun more. They're surprised by it. Yeah, you clean up on the inside, it's amazing what happens to your skin on the outside. It'll allow you to take more vitamin D in. But your body's smart. It'll top off at 10,000 IUs. Okay? It'll top itself off at 10,000 IUs. So, I love the sun, guys. But I don't want you to burn in it. You don't need to. Don't burn in it. Put a hat on. Put a light shirt on. Or whatever. I don't want you burning in it. There's no need for that. Okay? So vitamin D, what does it do? And this is what the study is saying, and this is what I've been telling you for a long time. Vitamin D supercharges the immune system. It decreases the chance of cancer growth, though. You need that. And this is why, like, when somebody asks me for a protocol, well, if my brother's got cancer, doc, what should he do? Well, I'm not giving you medical per se advice. I'm just going to tell you of the protocol that I gave when I was in practice for years and years and years. Whether they were having surgery, chemotherapy, or radiation. You need vitamin D. Oncologists should be talking about it every day, and this study would confirm it, but I'm not holding my breath, guys. I'm not holding my breath. That is why I love the venue that we have here, that we can bring this stuff out and just talk about these studies, and then you decide. You decide what's best for you. Okay? Now, the second one was omega-3. And if you want, go back. Okay? I don't know what numbers they are, but I talked about this with one of the most groundbreaking. I wrote emails about it. Let me just see if I can find the email. I'm only going to look for a second because I'm not going to get sidetracked too much, but the study on omega-3 and how when tumors grow, so not the cancer cells so much, but when you actually have a tumor, they're looking to feed themselves on lipids. They flip from sugar when the tumor is growing. And they're looking for bad fat. And they will suck up. Let me just see if I can quickly find it because I have it here. Anyway. It's here somewhere, but I better not go too long because I'll never find it. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, you guys know that I've done it. I brought it to you. There's good teaching on it, on how when the tumor is already there, so it's the cancer cells are into a tumor, the tumor is growing, it's looking for bad fat. But if you give it the right fat, omega-3 DHA, it's like a missile. The DHA is like a missile that destroys the tumor. Incredible. Incredible. Actually, there's a picture of it. You can see it. You can Google that. It shows you in 14 days, the tumor will explode. Not to grow, but to destroy it. It's like getting hit by a missile when you give an omega-3 DHA. I love DHA. You know that. The long-chain fatty acid. It's the best of all omega-3s. Omega-3 is good. The DHA is the best because your body takes it in better than anything else. Why? Because it has a long chain. It's much more bioavailable than any other omega-3. And you know how I love it for your brain, and I love it for the heart, but it is so good for cancer. It's stuff we didn't know 30, 40 years ago. We didn't know that stuff. Any doctor that tells you, I know everything. You got to be reading and studying and looking. Okay? It blasts tumors. And the other thing that it does, it decreases the risk of the cancer cells even becoming a tumor. That's what this study is saying. In the annals, in the frontiers in aging. Vitamin D, high DHA, home strength exercise. Well, it helps your immune system. It helps your immune system. One of the ways it helps, in my opinion, when you're doing exercise of any kind, you're decreasing your stress, your cortisol. Remember what cortisol does. Cortisol is pouring gasoline on the fire. It pours gasoline on the fire. When I talk to ladies, when I talk to you about breast cancer, there's always insulin, food, sugar. Get off of it. 2, what an estrogen, the growth hormone. Makes you a woman. Makes a man a woman too. Makes the man's prostate grow. Estrogen. Knock it down. Knock it down. Someone asked me yesterday. I think it was via email or whatever. About, well, my doc says I have no estrogen. Yes, sure you do. You have less. But it isn't estrogen. Estrogen is never on its own. It's always to be compared to how much progesterone you have. It's a balancing act in women. But in breast cancer, what happens? Estrogen goes through the roof. Insulin goes through the roof because insulin's a growth hormone. And then you add gasoline to the fire. You add stress to that fire. And it's like gasoline. That's why I was always a history taker in the office. History. Give me your history. Let me know what you're doing. Because I was always trying to hammer down that stress hormone, cortisol. Cortisol is meant to be short term. If I scare you, cortisol is meant short term, never long term. It's not good for you long term. You don't want to be like that. But we live in a world, there's so much stress today. I'm telling you, I said this to you guys. One of the things in the lockdowns that bothered me the most is people. I read a story today where a guy was complaining in Toronto. He couldn't go see his dying mother. And he would just, it's terrible what happened. But all I'm saying is stress. We live in and that's what I was saying to her. I said, yeah, okay, worry about the virus. Okay, I get it. I understand that. First of all, you don't talk about the immune system. But secondly, the problem with locking us down is that puts an enormous amount of stress on people. Because we're people. What's that mean? Well, you're not a lone ranger. We need each other. You need me. You need me. You might say, yeah, like a toothache, I need you. Okay. No, but I need you guys. Listen, we're supposed to be people. Taking care of each other, sharing our burdens with others. Anyway. Okay? But what exercise does, you see, exercise lowers cortisol. It does. It's good for you. Even your walks. That's why I like walking. I think that's more for my stress one. But I also know and I understand the physiology of this, of why you want to be strong. You want to be strong, guys. And it don't matter how old you are. Get stronger. Get stronger. Start real slow. Get some very light weights or get some bands. I love those tension bands. Get stronger. Pull. Push. If you can do a push-up, do a push-up too. Excellent. And they're showing now this trifecta. Unreal. Vitamin D, vitamin D, vitamin D, omega-3, especially the high DHA, and resistant or strengthening exercises. The trifecta that even medicine is starting to open their eyes to and opening their minds to. Hopefully, it will have some impact on the population out there. Okay. Well, that was fun. Okay. Guy, see, I talked about it today, why you should be a part of our private Facebook group. Okay? You should. Absolutely. What a venue that is. So join up, get your family and friends, join in. If you're going to do the reset, guys, and I highly recommend it, make sure you tell us about it, because then we're going to encourage you to keep going. That's what that group is so good at. And you ask your questions. Don't be shy. Friday is question and answer Friday, but a lot of times you put, that, can't remember who it was actually that put that thing about cheese last night, or at least I saw it last night. Ooh. Thanks for giving me a migraine. No, it's all right. I just can't help it when I see craziness, okay? So, got the memo today, guys? Good. Do you get our emails? You should. Okay? The doctor is in emails. Okay? And the doctor is in podcast. You can get on download it to your smartphone. Just sign up and do it. Okay. We love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.